Buckle your seatbelts, everybody, because your hero is ready to face the villain. Today, we're talking about the 10th stage of the hero's journey, which is the road back. Your hero has just died, was reborn, and has seized the sword, and they have decided that they're ready to face the villain again. They've already lost the fake climax, and they're ready to win the real climax. But in order to do that, they have to go back to the Inmost Cave. So the road back is their journey back through the Inmost Cave. Remember when we were talking about the Inmost Cave, and the Inmost Cave is usually sequestered somewhere very dangerous, like in the middle of a haunted forest or the stormy sea, and there are a bunch of booby traps and it's hard to get there? Well, the road back is their journey back through that space, but usually this journey goes a lot faster than the initial journey through, because otherwise it's really boring to the readers and to the viewers who are watching or reading these hero's journey stories, and they have to see every single thing that the hero did the first time and see them do it again. The heroes usually learn from their first time through, and they can ace all of the challenges and tests because they know how to get past them and make it back to the Inmost Cave pretty quickly. But this sped up process of going back to the Inmost Cave is the road back. The road back's a pretty short plot point. It's not a really extensive moment, but it's characterized by your hero feeling empowered and ready to defeat the villain for real this time. Sometimes hero's journey stories don't have a literal journey back to the Inmost Cave, but a lot of them do, and so I like to picture this plot point as that. But obviously, all of these plot points in the hero's journey do not need to end up in your story. You, as the creator of your story, are able to pick and choose which plot points you want and which ones you don't, so always bear that in mind. In some hero's journey stories, the ordeal doesn't happen where it does in Moana, like toward the ending of the story, but it happens as the midpoint of the story, and then the road back is like the other climactic things, like the rising action at the beginning of Act 3 that push the heroes toward the real climax this time. So it doesn't necessarily have to be your characters going back to the Inmost Cave, but that's just the clear way I like to think of it. It can be another step that increases the tension and action in your story and pushes your characters closer to that final battle. Your stakes should be raised, but at this point, your hero has already been reborn as the version of themselves needed to defeat the villain, and so they should be able to go through this conflict and be successful. It's kind of like a test of their new reborn abilities. Your hero has already been reborn, so they're ready to take on the villain. So if you have your road back take the form of some other kind of conflict, your hero should come out of that successful because they are now powerful enough to defeat the villain. But in my favorite example of the hero's journey, Moana, the road back happens after Moana is reborn and seizes the sword, and she has to sail back to the place where Te Fiti and Te Ka are in order to restore the heart of Te Fiti. So she puts her hair up in a bun and she is all determined and she's singing her song and this music is swelling and she sails back to across the stormy water, but she's better prepared this time. She's been reborn. She's able to navigate the stormy water, and she reaches that space ready for that final battle. And that's all the road back is. The next big fight is the 11th stage of the hero's journey. The 10th stage is just their journey back to get there. It's like Simba in The Lion King deciding that he's gonna go back to Pride Rock and galloping along across the desert while the music swells and he's all ready and pumped up and he's gonna restore his rightful place as king. That's the moment of the road back. You can put obstacles there, you can make it hard for them. If your Inmost Cave is an extremely well-guarded spaceship and during the ordeal they were in the spaceship and then they were cast out of the spaceship, they have to get back to the spaceship somehow, so maybe that they have to battle a bunch of bots that come out trying to stop them from entering the spaceship, and they're successful in that battle and can re-enter the spaceship. That would be a climactic event that happens in the road back that raises the stakes, but also allows them to show that now, oh, your hero is all powerful and can make it back there. And so it not only raises the stakes, but also gets your hero back to the Inmost Cave where the main climax has to happen. The road back should be a triumphant moment. Your hero has just been beaten to death during the ordeal and the literal death and rebirth stage of the hero's journey. And so now they are all empowered again, and they should be successful during this stage because they're also going to be successful in the 11th stage. So this stage is pretty straightforward, but what do you need to do in order to write it well? First of all, your hero has to be successful. Your hero has just been reborn. They've been reborn for a reason. They are going to be powerful enough to defeat the final boss of your story. You don't want them to be defeated by the less powerful boss on their way to fight the super powerful boss. 2, you want them to show off their skills. What did they gain in the rebirth? What makes them different now compared to how they were before? And that thing has to be the reason that they're able to fly through the Inmost Cave this time too. Maybe they gained a new insight. Maybe they gained a new clue or some new knowledge or a new weapon that allows them to breeze through. Like now they understand how all of the different traps in the secret like booby trap cave system where the secret treasure is hidden work. So they're able to be a total boss and run through and defeat everything like it's nothing. 3rd, don't have it overshadow the climax. You can have them have a fight here that makes like the action rise, but you don't want it to overshadow how big the climax is. The climax should be the biggest thing. And finally, don't be afraid to make it short. Short and sweet is totally fine. You can have them run through the booby traps and just like, fight a couple things off and they're back in. You can have them just be really determined and sail through the dangerous waters and then all of a sudden they're back in the Inmost Cave. This is just a journey back. They're not going to develop anything new over the course of this. They've already gone through their transformation and they just need to get back to the Inmost Cave in order to have the final battle. You just have to get them from point A to point B. You can have them do some cool stuff along the way, but don't have it last too long. So just like this plot point, I'm gonna keep this video short so that we can get to the real final battle faster. The 11th stage of the hero's journey is the final battle of your story. It's the climax. It's where your hero is able to defeat the villain for real this time. It's the moment we've all been waiting for. So make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell to be notified when that video goes up. I hope you enjoyed this short and sweet video. If you did, please make sure to like it and also subscribe to my channel. My name is Claire Fraze and I'm an award-winning young adult author who makes videos sharing actionable writing tips that helped me make my own writing better. I am the author of the young adult supernatural thriller They Stay series, including books They Stay, They Whisper, They Return, and They Hunt, which I'm working on now. I hope you all have a fantastic week, and as always, happy writing.